The Ocmulgee National Monument is one step closer to becoming a national park. Last week, U.S. Congressmen introduced a bill that would change the site's name and create more acreage for additional services. 41 NBC's Skylar Henry has more.
If you've never been here, it's usually this quiet at the Ocmulgee National Monument. You'll hear the occasional bird chirp or crunch of a leaf or even the crickets.
For the periods of time we still have on this earth, I'd like to just take it all in.
Visitors like Dee and Irv Seigler, who are on a tour of the South, are enjoying every moment. They'd like to see even more.
And we wanted to get a sense of what the heritage is of the South, of a lot of the different places that we've always heard about.
Jim David says if the monument turns to national park status, the number of visitors will grow. But some come expecting something different.
We have people come up and they're asking to see the monument. They're looking to see some, marble obelisk sticking up in the air here.
The superintendent of the monument, along with U.S. Congressman Austin Scott and Sanford Bishop, are working to change the name and grow the park.
3,000 acres, the term National Historical Park fits us better.
The name would change to Ocmulgee Mound National Historic Park. Scott and Bishop introduced a bipartisan bill to make that happen and maybe look to take a step further.
To see if there are properties along there that would justify in the future a further expansion.
He says if the bill passes, he's okay with the immediate changes, although there are still several hurdles to get through. Dee and Irv aren't taking in the sights.
It'll look like what they live, how they live, what the culture is.
And David wants more people to do the same. In Macon, Skylar Henry, 41 NBC News.
David tells 41 NBC it costs $3 million to acquire the land and to grow the park. The bill is currently in the U.S. House subcommittee. If the bill passes, changes could start by the end of the year.